Hi, Rob. Doing well.
couldn't come in to close the door. She's going to escort them in.
It's been working all right? Yeah.
You are. Yeah! Congratulations! Congratulations! Somebody. She's got something written on her head. That's a moment.
You're probably gonna stand up there.
I won't miss it.
You need to slip and let me go. That's all you gotta say.
You did it!
Great.
Well, this is where we're getting our color. Once they walk in there, where do they go?
Well, about time, Dawn.
That's okay.
Mom's in time for third row, front and center.
Come on, shall we do it later?
Please remain standing forward and join in singing the national anthem performed by the Chamber of... Attitudes and educational preparation, different opportunities and resources. For some, the desire for a college education took you along a straight path directly from high school. Others, like our valedictorian, found corporations and have counseled the new generation, or the now generation, not to stop thinking about tomorrow. Beyond the dreams they have realized and inspired, our honorees represent another ideal, That is the value of partnerships. Be it in business, dealings, or personal life, the quality of our partnerships speaks to our capacity for commitment, cooperation, and creativity, with the personal college. For regardless of your major, our primary mission has been to offer you opportunities to improve your personal lives and the cultural, educational, political, and economic life of your communities. If the number of students graduating magna, summa, or cum laude today is any indication of the strength of that partnership, I believe we can affirm that it has been a successful one. As valuable as that partnership has been to you, I'm sure there have been others too of great significance. One thing I have learned in life is that every successful person has, along the way, benefited from the inspiration, encouragement, and advice of trusted family members or confidants. For every one of the 610 men and women who graduate this morning, there were undoubtedly people who sustained and shared their dreams for a college education. Whether it was siblings who offered themselves as sounding boards for your ideas, or parents who gave willingly of their time and or savings to fulfill your desire for a college education. Whether it was a teacher, a spouse, or a friend who provided wise counsel at those decisive moments when you wrestled with difficult choices, you have all been the recipient of the support, solace, and inspiration of others. At turning points like this, it is appropriate to acknowledge those who shared in bringing such dreams to fruition. We have a tradition at Dowling College of doing just that. At this time, I would like to ask all of the mothers, the fathers, the brothers, the husbands, wives, children, and friends of our graduates to please stand so that we may recognize their contributions to this 31st graduating class today. Our graduates, who today become the most recent members of the community of learned men and women, I invite you to continue the quest for lifelong learning. May you have the wisdom to foster your own visions and the compassion to support the visions, the aspirations, and the ideals of others. Thank you. Pleased at this time to introduce the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Jerry Kramer, who will bring the greetings of the board.
Morning, everybody. Dr. Meskill, our esteemed honor degree recipients, Lawrence Cohn, Alvin Toffler, and Heidi Toffler, Monsignor Thomas Hartman, my colleagues on the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, graduates, proud parents, relatives and friends of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, today is truly a very special day for me as we gather together on this beautiful morning along the banks of the Connecticut River. As the first chairman of our Board of Trustees to be a member of our Alumni Association, class of '84, it is a great honor and a privilege to participate in our graduation ceremonies recognizing three very, very special people. Perhaps some of our graduates were thinking out loud as they drove out to Dowling this morning. They might be saying, graduation is over. I have my degree. I am ready for competition in either the marketplace or the world of academia, looking toward an advanced degree. I took a step back in time to my graduating class in 1984 and wondered, is the class of '93 much different in composition than '84? Were the opportunities in the future brighter 10 years ago than today? The demographics in the '84 class were about the same. Most of the students held jobs, some were married, some had children. About the same percentage of day and evening students. Were the opportunities in the future brighter 10 years ago than today? If I say the opportunities are better and the future is brighter for your class than in '84, you probably might say, I'm not living in America in '93. Or I forgot the great years that took place in the '80s. Yes, there was a job waiting for the graduating class of '84. It was boom times. Profits in every sector, jobs. No one had to be creative. No one had to take the extra step, Good times had promoted the status quo. But no one really believed the tremendous price the class of '84 would be forced to pay for the lack of commitment by Americans to tame the deficit. A monster eating up the dollars that could otherwise be invested in new roads, mass transit, and innovative technologies. Investments that are crucial to producing more embedded jobs no longer began to take place as the go-go years of the '80s came to a screeching and painful halt. You, the class of '93, will be part of a different America. We are beginning to emerge from a downward spiraling economy. We shrank our businesses, our corporations. We've taken the bitter pill of cutbacks, layoffs, firings, and even bankruptcies. And now our graduates of this class of '93 are going to face a new world with opportunities in every field. Aviation, transportation, sciences, arts, business, education. America wants change. Just open a newspaper and these challenges appear on every page. Politics, healthcare, education, government. At every level, you can stake your claim to making a difference in the future of this region, our great nation, and the world. The beginning of everything is believing you can make it better. And to you, our leaders of tomorrow, we are proud of you and hope you enjoyed the Dowling experience. And we are so pleased you chose us for your academic achievement. Good luck and God bless.
Mr. Fenimore Fisher, member of the Board of Trustees of Dowling College, will present Mr. Lawrence Cohen for the honorary degree of Doctor of Commercial Science.
Mr. President, it gives me great pleasure to present Mr. Lawrence Cohen, candidate for the honorary degree of Doctor of Commercial Science. Lawrence N. Cohen, Dowling College honors you today for exceptional personal and professional achievement as an outstanding Long Island business leader, community leader, and philanthropist. We salute your accomplishments as a graduate of Cornell University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics and recipient of the Korean Service Medal during your military career with the United States Navy. We acknowledge and appreciate your corporate leadership on Long Island as Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer of Lumex Incorporated, one of the nation's principal manufacturers of healthcare, rehabilitation, and fitness equipment. We commend your dedication to the Long Island business community through your membership and service with the Health Industry Manufacturers Association, and as past chairman and member of the Executive Committee of MedMark, an insurance company associated with the healthcare industry. We note with pride your contribution to the many civic and philanthropic organizations. We acknowledge with deep appreciation your leadership efforts and community service as Vice Chairman of the Long Island Association, Honorary Chairman of the Alzheimer's Association Annual Memorial Walk, Board Member of the Long Island Education Conference Board, Honorary Board Member of Community Program Center of Long Island, as well as your dedicated associations with the Suffolk County Boy Scouts, the Anti-Defamation League of B'nai B'rith, the Helen Keller Services for the Blind. We also note with pride that you are the recipient of the 1993 Dowling College Distinguished Citizen Award. Lawrence N. Cohen, respected Long Island businessman, committed philanthropist, and dedicated civic leader, Dowling College is proud to recognize you for the honorary degree of Doctor of Commercial Science.
Present Heidi Farrell Toffler, candidate for the honorary degree of Doctor of Human Letters. Heidi Farrell Toffler, Dowling College honors you today for outstanding personal and professional achievements as an internationally known futurist, writer, publisher, and intellectual.
the authority vested in me by the state of New York, I am pleased to confer upon Mrs. Heidi Farrell Toffler the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, by honoring her, Dowling College honors itself.
It gives me great pleasure to present Mr. Alvin Toffler as a candidate for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Alvin Toffler, Dowling College honors you today for outstanding personal and professional achievements as a scholar, world-renowned social analyst, futurist, and author. We salute your accomplishments as a scholar, both as a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science and as the recipient of the Centennial Award of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. We commend also your dedication to higher education as a visiting scholar at the Russell Sage Foundation, a visiting professor at Cornell University, and faculty member at the New School of Social Research. We recognize with respect your achievements as an author and theorist with such influential works as Future Shock, The Third Wave, and Power Shift, among others. We note with pride many distinguished international awards conferred upon your works, including the McKinsey Foundation Book Award in the United States, the Golden Key Award in China, the Medal of the President of the Italian Republic, and the prestigious Prix du Maire Livre à l'étranger in France. We acknowledge with pride your contributions in 1986 to the formation of the Issyk-Kul Foundation, the first non-governmental, non-party organization empowered in the Soviet Union since the 1917 revolution. Along with this group of world-acclaimed intellectuals, you and your wife Heidi played an instrumental role in leading to the legalization of organized democratic dissent in the Soviet Union, a step that is considered by many as a turning point in the annals of perestroika. Alvin Toffler, respected scholar, acclaimed author, and inspired analyst of the new global society. Dowling College is proud to recognize you for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority vested in me by the state of New York, I am pleased to confer upon Mr. Alvin Toffler the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, by honoring him, Dowling College honors itself.
I'd like to begin with a word about Dowling. And that is, there's something special about an institution that's smart enough to give awards simultaneously to a husband and wife team. Not many do. As you probably know, we have been writing for many, many years about the impact of change on our society, and the impact specifically of accelerated change going faster and faster into every aspect of our lives. How do we cope with this? What does it do? If we look at American society today, and by the way, the same could probably be said for Germany, France, England, Japan, all of the high-tech societies, but particularly the United States, we are surrounded by crisis. We have a crisis in our health system. We have a crisis in our justice system. We have a crisis in our transportation system. Sound effects perfect. We have a crisis in our family system. And we have a corresponding crisis in our value system. And the question one needs to ask is if, in fact, there are so many different crises happening at the same time, why is that the case? What's happening? And are they interrelated? And my wife and I would argue that, in fact, all of these crises, disruptions, and problems that we now see in America are interrelated, and that they all represent something fundamental. And unless we understand that fundamental event, none of the rest makes a lot of sense. And the simplest way to express that we have found is to say that about 300 years ago, there was what we call the Industrial Revolution. Before that, for 10,000 years, everybody on Earth lived, or virtually everybody on Earth, lived as either peasants or lords of the manor. We lived for 10,000 years on agriculture. 300 years ago, the Industrial Revolution exploded in Western Europe and then spread to the United States and other parts of the world. Now, many, many histories have been written about the technological breakthroughs that were part of that Industrial Revolution. The steam engine, the cotton gin. We've all heard of the famous names of great inventors of those technological breakthroughs. But there's a secret history, an unwritten history of the Industrial Revolution, and it applies to today. And that secret history is the list of other inventors whose names nobody knows, who invented not hardware, but social institutions. 300 years ago, 200 years ago, there was no such thing as a post office. There was no such thing as a department store. There was no such thing as an advertising agency. There was no such thing as a police force. There was no such thing as a school in the sense we know it. There were no big companies. There were no gas stations, mutual funds, supermarkets. All of these things didn't exist. And the question we need to ask is, where did they come from? And the answer is, they were inventions. They were inventions just like the steam engine was an invention, or the cotton gin, or the Bessemer furnace. Along with the technological inventions, a lot of people, ordinary people, whose names we still don't know, invented these institutions, and bit by bit built them. And they assumed a certain form over the process of 100 and 200 years. Gradually, they assumed the form we now know them in. And what is happening today is that all of these institutions are in traumatic difficulty. They're all in the process of having to restructure, to change, to go out of business, or to start anew. And the reason for that is that the changes hitting us today are at least as revolutionary, and maybe more revolutionary, than the changes that struck us 300 years ago that we now call the Industrial Revolution. We are moving beyond the smokestack age. We're moving beyond the era of assembly lines and factories. We're moving beyond the time of mass society. We're moving beyond all of those things which the Industrial Revolution brought. Now, that's a scary moment of history. Everything we knew doesn't work very well anymore. What does that mean? Well, it either means chaos and collapse, or it means that we invent new ones. And the people who invented all of those institutions were not, as I said before, they were not godlike. They were just people, just as we are people. And nevertheless, confronted with the changing conditions of their times, they had the creativity and the courage to say, hey, there's a better way to do something. Here's what we have to do, even though no one's ever done it before. And that's the crux of the matter. Doing what people have done before ain't gonna work. What we have to do is invent a whole set of new institutions for an America of the 21st century. And I believe that that's the task that you're going to find yourselves engaged in, whether you want to or not. Whether you like it or not, you're going to be forced to be creative. And that means not to let other people kill your ideas, your good ideas, before they've had a chance to think them through. Now bear in mind, creative people are the world's greatest producers of bad ideas. Because in order to get a good idea, you got to have 10 bad ideas. The people who have ideas are the ones who are spilling them out all the time, and most of them are crazy. But every once in a while, there's a fundamental idea. And the people who need, we also need people who say, hey, wait a minute, that's not going to work for the following reasons. But we do not need idea assassins. People who kill the idea before it has a chance to be born. That's kind of intellectual abortion. I don't know. I don't want to get into that issue. In any case, it seems to me that anybody coming into the society as an active adult member now faces a lot of scary stuff, but also an opportunity to change history in ways that were not possible for the people living between revolutions. It is the people who live in revolutionary generations that have the chance, the opportunity, and the pain to change history. And that, I think, is the moment that you are now in. Thank you.
Mr. Michael Ring, President of the Alumni Association of Dowling College, will present Mr. Gerald Curtin for the Undergraduate Alumnus of the Year Award. The students now standing, whose names appear in the program, has successfully completed the requirements of Dowling College for the Bachelor of Business Administration degree, Bachelor of Science degree, and Bachelor of Arts degree. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting these students to you as candidates for their degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the State of New York, and the trustees and the faculty of Dowling College, I hereby confer upon you the degrees which you have earned, and admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. You can applaud if you'd like. Please come forward and receive the hood as a symbol of your degree and the diploma bearing the seal of the college and the signatures of its officers.
Please withhold your applause until all students have received their diplomas. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. James Carraway, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, who will present the candidates from the School of Arts and Sciences.
Summa cum laude. Peggy Lynn Diggett, summa cum laude. Patricia L. Folkheimer, summa cum laude. Joyce Davis Tyree, summa cum laude. Nicole A. Bernini Schiff, magna cum laude. Edward Christopher Carley, magna cum laude. Heather Michelle Cuomo, magna cum laude. Barbara Catherine DeVito Trainer, magna cum laude. Irene E. Gilmore, magna cum laude. Susan Bruce, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Marie Lutsky, magna cum laude. Christopher J. Patowski, magna cum laude and Presidential Scholars. Valentine W. Stein, magna cum laude. Jennifer Ann Bessler, cum laude. Michelle D. Green, cum laude. Nicole Santonino,
kind, cum laude. Meredith Ann Aldridge. Frank Anthony Barone. April Tracy Bow. Steve Berger. Dawn Tracy Clacavala. Paul Frank Martino. William Mina Jr. Claudine Marie Manelli. Tina R. Bohanani. Christine Mudge. Jacqueline L. Burrow. Tracy Jill Nagihan. Hope Sherry Marin. Jeremy P. Angania. Jason Scott Pegolisi. Stephanie Ann Pomara. Andrea Maria Posthouse Locuto. Thomas J. McKinley. Linda Menino. Glenn G. Martin. Sheila A. McLaughlin. Geraldine Ann McMenamin. Robert John Mendez. Mary Claire Wisniewski. Janine M. Mirarchi. Marianne Jean Mariraki. Anne Margaret Modica. Lisa Moreau. Lori Ann Bezzosi. Karen A. Pugnisi. Susan D. Ray. Kimberly J. Reynolds. Bradley A. Rigger. Jenna L. Russo. Michelle Savino.
President of the senior class will lead the baccalaureate degree recipients of the class of 1993 in changing the tassel position of the academic cap. This change signifies the completion of the baccalaureate degree.
It is with pleasure that I congratulate my fellow members of the class of 1993. As we move on in our lives to pursue our individual career goals, we will do so with a strong educational foundation. Our years at Dowling have not only prepared us successful career, they have also provided us with a wealth of memories and strong friendships. And even as we prepare today to move forward, I urge each and every one of you to maintain those friendships and your ties to Dowling. It has been a privilege to serve as your class president, and I wish all of you good luck and best wishes in your future endeavors. Will the class of 1993 please rise? Historically, students all wear academic attires in their classes. In the tradition of academic attire, those individuals who had not yet been awarded their first college degree wore their tassels on the right-hand side of their cap, while those who had already received a degree wore their tassels on the left. Today, as a part of the graduation exercise, we have been admitted to the academic community through the awarding of our first college degree. In recognition of this achievement, all undergraduates are now allowed to wear their tassel on the left side.
Attaining this important milestone in our lives has not been easy for any of us, and it is with justifiable pride that we accept our degrees today, and I only hope that they will always be as proud of me as I am of them. Finally, I would like to extend my sincere wishes to each and every graduate for health, happiness, and success in all your future endeavors. Thank you and good luck.
We salute Ms. Geigel today and wish her many more successes in the future. My personal congratulations to the class of 1993, and now that you are official Dowling College alumni, we look forward to our continuing relationship in your new capacity, confident that you will continue to provide the leadership that our growing alumni association so richly deserves. I would like at this time to extend an invitation for everyone to join us for a reception on the plaza following the commencement exercises. Following the benediction, please remain at your seats until the academic procession has left the ceremonial area. I would now ask you to please rise. The benediction will be opened by Monsignor Thomas Harmon and will be followed by the recession.
Lord, thank you. It didn't rain. Thank you for allowing all of us to be family, to be bonded, to root for each other. The future is uncertain, but it's wonderful to hear that we can be creative in the midst of our uncertainties. It's wonderful to hear a single mother tell us about her mom and children. It's wonderful to see the smiles on your faces. We've been family for a little bit, and that's what we carry forth. And Lord, as we leave here, help some of these young people to get jobs. Amen.
Under here. No, you're going to say something, I thought.
Oh, well, I checked it. I was a little scared about this, but this man here made sure I did it.
Right away. I'll wait till you.
Hey, Meryl.
I see you took your usual spot in the bag.
Mom's and Dad's money went, right here.
Aren't you glad you came today?
Well, I wanted to go.
Oh, you wanted?
I wanted to. This is the one day I didn't want to.
Here?
No, I know I go this way. As I said, for my high school day, you know, Travis, I said on my high school day, it wasn't important to me what college was. I promise you guys. See, oh, we all stand here and the thing's moving. Very good.
Don't be silly. Not to worry. Here, stay over here, mate. That's it.
All right, let's go.
I haven't slept in 36 hours. I'd rather do
The things that player goes, they.
Brown?
Where are you parked here?
You can wait here for me?
I'm in Long Island.
Have to lose a lot of weight.
Not at all.
No, you should see that. Economics.
You guys gotta take me to the airport. I have a flight at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's either that or me.
Carl.
Bye.
Have a good life. This is the proud graduates of 1993. You worked hard. It was the Marshall Plan, but it's okay. You made it.
Okay.
Can you muster up enough? Wait, hold it. That 12-to-1 zoom.
This ain't my car. Would I drive one of these?
all right. Look what it is. This is Robert's, back of Robert's house. That's where his kitchen is. Robert's Creek.
And then one more. I could walk faster down there, but that's not the point. Go the way you feel at ease.
A blow up?
Willie, you want to get in the car?
No, no, we're done.
Huh?
Goodbye.
We're done.
So long.
Take care.
Thanks, Uncle Joe.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. Okay, congratulations. Thank you. Hi. So long, LeBron. Okay, everybody. Those are my stairs. I come up and down those several times a day. 90% of the time I'm sober, so it's okay. Sometimes it's not, then it's not good. Here's the bedroom. Not much happens here sometimes. Sometimes it does. People say it does. Anyway, this is my window where I look outside to see if the mailman's coming, if I get any death threats or anything. Not much going on. Hey, there goes a car. No babes in it. Over here was my train board. There's my new landlord or tenants. Come whip over here. That's where my bed was. That's where the heat came in the wintertime. Wasn't that much fun. Ah! There's Carol. She's scary. Look at her. She's scary looking, isn't she? That's my hat. That's where I put my uniform. Okay, now we go over here. There's Mommy. Mommy's walking. Okay. There's the princess. Get the princess out of the way. Okay, this was my kitchen where I did kitchening. Don't fall down the stairs though. It would be funny, wouldn't it? That's where I did cooking right there. Actually, yeah, cooking is done here. Let's look outside. Let's go down here. Wow. Okay, let's get a little further down there. See, that's the dock. Remember when we had that? Whoops. Let's get back a little bit further here. There's the dock. Okay. Okay, that's my dock. We'd have breakfast out here every day. Yeah, right, like we ever had breakfast. And that's my backyard. Okay, get back up again. Refrigerator, and the soda. There's my Aladdin Magic Cup, which I do my magic maddening in. There's, say hi to Mommy. There's Mommy again. That's Daddy doing what he does best. He's relaxing. Carol, wait, this is a new one, everybody. Carol's cleaning.
It is not.
Okay, there's a couch. If anybody wants to buy it, it's only $400. So.
$450, Robert.
$450. I tried $450. Okay, this is my room where I did my living, but you can see this is pretty much empty. There's the fan if anybody wants to know what that noise was up there. Okay, let's go outside. Let's take a look and see what's outside. This is outside. If anybody has any questions, that's outside. That's nice. No, you're not. All right, wait. I'll show everybody the bathroom.
Your mother's not in there.
Mommy's in. Are you in there? Nobody's in there. This is really cool here. Whoa! There we are. There's the bathroom. There's me. And that's what we usually do with my thinking. That's the shower, you can see. Okay. All right. Well, that's the tour of the house, everybody, and more lights here. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to call. And next tour starts at 11. Again, stairs where most of the work occurred. Up and down stairs.
Going on sidewalk now?
No, I'll go out in a couple minutes. There's Daddy, right there. Where we left off was the stairs. Now, let's be careful as we go down the stairs here, because if I drop this, that's gonna get. Now what? All right, let's see here. There's some seconds here. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. That looks like German. It's E-W-O backwards. That looks like L-M-M. Welcome. Welcome backwards. Okay. That's Doc's place over there, in case anybody's got any questions. Alright. Go outside the front door. Okay. Okay, now, here's the princess again. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to walk across the street. Important thing is when you cross the street, you got to look both ways. Nobody's coming. Whoop. There's some people walking, but that's okay. So we walk, turn around. That was the house. That's the house where I used to live. I don't live there anymore. I had to move. That's the car. That's the Peace. The Peace-mobile. Okay? That's somebody else's car. Nice car. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to cross the street. Now, more important again, look both ways before you cross the street. In case you see something like that. It's not... Ooh, Jaguar. That's not a Jaguar. Man, where's your eyes? Again, Carol's Pieces right there. Everybody wants to know. Okay. What we're going to do here is walk up the steps. That's the house. That's upstairs, everybody. That's Doc's place down there. Okay. We're going to go outside. Back. Sure. That's my train board, but I can't take that to Texas. Oh, a little turbulence there. Stop here for a second. This is the backyard where we looked outside from the kitchen. This is the extended tour. There's some people across there. Wait, there's the new, there's Suzanne. She's taking the place, and that's Doc right there. There we are. There they are. Happiness again. All right.
The changing of the guard is here.
Yes. That's upstairs, everybody. It's the first time I'm doing this.
First time?
I never did one of these.
Move it slowly.
Yeah, I think you're going a little too fast.
That's okay.
Pan it slowly.
All right. That is a house across the water. All right, let's see here. What we're going to do is, why don't we put this on pause for a second? I'll get us out onto the dock. So, stand by. Okay, everybody. This is my backyard. Getting a little bumpy here because I got to reposition the feet. People cross the street. American flag. Oop. There we are. Whoops. And this is coming to the backyard. Backyard. Okay. Well, that's the end of the tour. There's Carol's Peace-mobile on the back. And we'll end it. That's a panoramic daddy view. There she goes. See, she ducked. And that's the backyard. Say goodbye.
Oh, hi.
I don't want to be in these pictures. I'm not photogenic, thank you.
Says who? Says who? It's not there, Carol. Then I'm gonna put. We'll put our camera away and say goodbye to May. Bye. Bye. We're gonna fade now to white. Yeah, here we go. Fade. Bye.